I'm Jim Kunkel, and welcome to the premiere of Innovative Product Interview. Many of you reached out to me and asked me to focus on products and services to help support the global protective coatings and corrosion industry. In the premiere, I'll be talking to Eddie Suckling from Portomix Global related to a product that helps flooring contractors perform project work. I hope you enjoy.
Hello and good morning, it's Eddie Suckling from Portomix Global. Today I would like to share with you some interesting data for the flooring applicators about how you can reduce your labour costs and increase your productivity. I'm going to compare some different mixing methods that we typically come across in our industry. The numbers I'm going to present to you shortly are not my own, but they've come from and been verified by industry-leading applicators. So we're talking about this ordinary self-leveling underlayment. It's not specific to any brand of material. They are many and they vary a great deal. Some of the numbers I'm going to present to you today you won't be able to achieve, some of the numbers you will. And I've set the labour rate at $20 an hour just to simplify the calculations. So here we have the first situation. Fortunately we don't come across this very often in today's world, but you can see it quite simply. One person mixing one bag of material in a bucket. Mixing for 5 minutes, you would achieve an output of 12 bags per hour. At $20 an hour, that's $1.66 per bag. So we step up the game a little. Now we have two people mixing up to 3 bags in a barrel. We have one person adding the material, the other person is mixing it. With this you can achieve up to 36 bags an hour, which brings your labour cost per bag down to $1.10. Now we add another person and another barrel. So we have two people mixing and one person adding the material. This is where it gets a little tricky. While we have doubled the capacity, the extra barrel, we don't actually achieve double output. This is because one person cannot add 2 barrel loads of material at once. So this extends the mixing cycle out a little. You can get an additional 14 bags per hour, but your labour cost per bag actually goes up to $1.20. So let's imagine you had a job that required 4,000 bags. That's $4,800 in labour alone. So we decided to make an investment into 2 Mega Hippos. With 2 Mega Hippos, you do not need someone to hold the mixing drill, you only need 2 people to add the material. With this setup, it is possible to achieve up to 120 bags an hour. Some people say they can achieve 150 bags an hour. This is where you really can save on labour. Your cost per bag comes all the way down to between 33 and 26 cents. So getting back to that job of 4,000 bags of material, that's as low as $1,040 in labour cost, a saving of $3,760. So you can see where money can be saved through making the right investments. If you want more information, visit our website portomixglobal.com or reach out to us if you have any questions. We're here to help. I hope you found this useful. Thank you for watching and we look forward to seeing you next time.
With me today is Eddie Suckling, Global Sales Manager for Portomix Global. Eddie, welcome.
Thank you, Jim. It's great to be with you.
Hey, could you provide a background on Portomix Global and your role with the company?
Yeah, Portomix is a family company. We provide the ability for flooring contractors to increase their productivity without increasing their labour costs. So we do this by providing innovative mixing equipment that's efficient, it's simple, it's highly effective. And so we work a lot with material manufacturers, machinery dealers, and the contractors all over the world. So we understand that flooring applicators, they earn their living with their equipment, so it's up to us to make sure that what we provide them is the best. Now, I started working for Portomix when it was still a brand within its parent company. Portomix as a product line grew in the industry, became internationally recognised as the solution to the market that contractors, material manufacturers have been looking for. A little over a year ago, we formed our own company as it is today, and last year we opened up another location in Preston, UK. That was to help service the market in England and Europe. We have a small but highly effective team. My role is to ensure that we remain focused on the company goals and that our customers are getting the best that we can provide. We have a saying here at Portomix that Portomix helps contractors go home early with more in their pocket, and it's a great feeling that when we get that feedback, that we're helping others to succeed.
Eddie, let's focus first on the Mega Hippo and the Mega Hippo X series. What's the history behind the development of this innovative product?
Here's an interesting question, Jim. Yeah, Waterworks came about when my father got a request from a resin flooring manufacturer back in the 90s to supply a machine that does what contractors do, which they were standing over a bucket, excuse me, standing over a bucket or a barrel mixing with an electric hand mixer. But he needed to be done in bulk. So at the time, there wasn't a machine on the market. So my father, along with some engineering friends, designed and built it. So he was the founder of the Hippo mixer. More importantly, he was the founder of the mixing, or the concept of the mixing station for the flooring coating. So we started selling in New Zealand and then Australia, but now we service around about 23 different countries around the world. Hippo is really changing the way the industry has worked. Many experts first believed that the Hippo wouldn't work. They had to have a certain mixing speed, they had a certain type of paddle, you couldn't mix that kind of volume. You know, there's a whole list of reasons why the Hippo simply wasn't going to work. We took these factors into account and overcame each one. So when a contractor is mixing material, he's moving the mixer around the bucket. He's taking the mixer to the material to make sure that it's all blended. So we had to create a machine that would bring the material to the mixer instead. And the way the Hippo is designed, it does that quite successfully. And the mixers are so effective that they've really revolutionized the industry. And they're now endorsed and even specified by many material manufacturers around the globe.
Well, Mega Hippo's a mixing station is a very innovative solution, for mixing and pouring concrete. Pouring floor compound. In addition to being a mixing station, Mega Hippo on a project floor, helps transport or flooring compound. What's the actual purpose involved in using the Mega Hippo and the Mega Hippo X series?
Both machines use the same process. The X generation Hippo is it's a machine with a few enhanced features for heavier materials. The process is fairly simple with using some technical factors, but in essence, the contractor always starts with the liquid component first. So you add the right amount of water for the number of bags you're going to mix, start the machine on slow speed, and then add the first bags. So that could be 2 bags if you're mixing a 3-bag batch, or the first 4 bags if you're mixing up to 6 bags. Once the mixing helix is covered, and then you can switch the machine onto high speed and start adding the last of the dry material. You're going to mix it for a few minutes, depending on what type of material it is, and then it's ready to dispense. One thing that's important to note here is that you've got to have enough material in the barrel to cover the helix while it's mixing. So we've provided each machine with 2 helixes. One's the half batch helix for 3 bags. The other is the full batch for 5 or 6 bags. And if the wrong helix is used, there'll be a lot of splashing, there'll be a lot of air entrainment into the mixture, and the material just simply won't mix. So we've included a document in each machine now in the user manual, which helps the contractors to get the best out of their mixer. So it's an educational thing as well. Use it right and you'll get a great result every time.
Yeah, very interesting. So in addition to gaining efficiency and speed during a project, what other benefits does the Mega Hippo provide the contractor and importantly to the owner?
Yeah, this is an interesting topic, one I like particularly. What a number of people say that they can get a much better mixture or mixed quality out of the Mega Hippo. There are a number of reasons why an applicator could experience a failure or a callback. But there's 2 key reasons. One is insufficient surface preparation. The other is insufficient mixing. So with the Mega Hippo, the contractor can eliminate one of these risks. So it's adding peace of mind to the contractor. It was one of these needs This is one of the needs that we uncovered from the material manufacturer's perspective. So when we spoke to them about their applicators' needs, this was one of the most pressing problems: varying or insufficient mixture causing job failure. That's also why the Mega Hippo is so highly regarded with many material manufacturers. In terms of efficiency or output, you see, it's one thing to gain output by throwing extra labour at the job with more barrels, more hand mixers. But aside from it significantly adding to your labour cost, that's where you get a risk of variations between batches, and especially when time is running out and fatigue is setting in. So I recently put together some research from contractors in the US. The results were quite astounding. So a contractor could save up to 75 or more than 75% on labour cost per bag when using the Hippo mixers over against barrel mixing.
Eddie, what a great conversation we're having. In closing out our conversation, is there anything that we didn't talk about that you'd want to leave with the viewers?
Yeah, there's probably one point we haven't covered yet, is the health and safety point. See, since the machine works with dry bag material, dust control is a key point here. So the machines have a vacuum port in the side of the canister, and each machine comes with a lid that fully covers the top. Actually, we've got two lids. One has the front section of it is hinged, so you can open up and add the dry content to the front. The other version has a metal chute insert, which you drop the dry contents through. Now, both types, when an industrial vacuum is attached to the mixer, keeps the airborne dust inside the mixing chamber, so it helps reduce the dust exposure down to a minimum. Do you have any other questions, Jim?
Well, what I was going to say is, for the viewers of this interview, I will have a link to provide to get additional information regarding this very innovative product. Also, a way to get in contact with Eddie for any inquiries or additional questions you might have, or if you're interested in, obviously placing an order for the product. And I just wanted to let everybody know that this is not a not a sponsorship or a paid endorsement. This is a product that I actually have become very interested in because it seemed to be a very innovative product. To be able to benefit not only the contractor or an owner, but also it deals with the efficiencies and also other related type of skill sets that's really needed to do a quality job. And that's why, Eddie, I appreciate the opportunity to have this conversation with you today. Thank you so much for coming on with me.
No, thank you, Jim. It's been great to speak with you and go over these features of the Hippo and how we can help the flooring contractors, as we say, help them go home early with more in their pocket.
Perfect. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you, Jim. You too.
So, Joe, for the lay person who's watching this episode who might only think that corrosion engineering